Yeah. NBA Straya, how are you going? I hope you're going all right. You bloody well better be. It's Thursday, June 27, all day, and I'm your host, James Clements. You can see my ugly mug on Fox Sports Lab NBA, the AFL Today Show, as well as the official AFL Supercoach podcast here. Now I'm in the fancy studio. Where did I spend most of today? Producer Gerald, that's right, at home, yelling into a microphone for 3.5 hours doing a live stream of the NBA draft. I've got no voice left, he says, while yelling about it. Anyway, seriously, we're in the fancy studio now. We're doing the wrap-up show of the draft. So this is the NBA Straya first round winners and losers. We'll go through each of the picks, and then we'll go through winners and losers just to sort of put a nice bow on the bloody 3.5 hours that we've already done today, which is just silly. It's a lot of talking. But at the same time, I'm a fucking professional, and I'm here to help you out. So we're going to sort this out. We've got some trades. We've got some extensions in there as well. We'll throw in a quick couple of year-nars at the end that have been sent through already. And really, this entire episode is going out in tribute to our man, Johnny Froths Furphy, who didn't get bloody drafted in the first round and sat in the green room while the fucking Bucks are picking dudes out of the bloody stands. Absolutely dogging the boys. So, without further ado, we better get into this show. It is episode 1121 of NBA Straya, the draft wrap-up show. Always a good one. Let's go.
This is Joe Ingles, and you're listening to NBA Straya.
Watch out for the Shaq attack.
Well, you better. Better watch out for the Knicks attack, eh? So we did a couple of videos yesterday breaking down the simple idea of like, oh God, what has just happened? The trade attack. That's right. The MIKAL Bridges trade over to, that's right, the New York Knickerbockers of New York City. 5 picks and an unprotected swap in this economy for MIKAL Bridges. The Knicks are so fucking back. I love this so much. And then, so before we get into the draft stuff, we'll just quickly hit on this because we did the videos yesterday and that sort of came after a bunch of other stuff. But, you know, we're firmly in draft mode, weren't we? Yes, we were, Jim. Yeah, you're not wrong. So the Brooklyn Nets go, fuck it. This sucks. We've got no direction, no pricks coming here. We've got vibes that Donnie Mitchell's going to re-sign in Cleveland. Hey, MIKAL, do you want to go play with the Knicks? He's like, fucking yes, mate. You mean be on the good New York team? So they've gone right, kicked the tires on this, went, give us Bojan to match fucking salaries here, but also give us all your picks. And the Knicks are like, sure. Why the fuck not? We've already got a couple of other ones, so we're laughing, bro. We're laughing. This is all good. So 4 unprotected picks, 25, 27, 29, 31, a 25 protected Milwaukee first. That's 5 and an unprotected pick swap in 2028 and a second rounder in 2025. You might notice there was nothing in today's draft, 2024. That's because the Nets went, this draft sucks. Fuck that. We don't need any of these picks. Should be right, mate. Don't worry about it. But 5 picks and an unprotected swap for your boy, MIKAL Bridges. I said this on the live stream. There has been so many fucking crazy ups and downs for Brooklyn Nets fans that we had season tickets for 6 years, right? So in that time, we went from playoff team, Paul Pierce, KG, awesome 2 years, and then fucked. And it just like bottoms out. Our prices go down because they're that shit, which is awesome. We move up, we get closer to the fucking court, and our prices go down. And then smash cut to us moving home to have squid number 1 because I don't want him getting shot in a school. And the entire approach is like, oh, straight away they get fucking Kyrie and KD. I'm like, God damn it, why did we give up our fucking season tickets? We could have paid off our mortgage just by selling these tickets on the secondary market. Smash cut to 2 years after that, that's just all fucked. And then they've got another 2 years of absolute fucking purgatory. Now they're just like, all right, we're blowing it up again. And you're like, okay, great job, everybody. But at least next year's draft is loaded, so good job. The coolest part is the Nets also then made a trade with Houston to get their own 2025 pick back. So They got their own 25 first rounder back for the 27 Phoenix Suns first rounder they have, which is kind of cool. They've also, so now the Rockets have all the Suns picks. They got the pick swap with the Suns in 25, the Suns pick in 27, and could end up with the Suns pick in 29 with some other stuff going on. So they're basically like, hey, do you want to give us KD? We'll just give you all your picks back. Remember how you gave up those picks to get Kevin Durant? We'll give you them if you just give us KD. And the Suns are like, fuck off, idiots. No, we're good. So we'll see what Houston does, because they use number 3 today. So either way, the Villanova Knicks is awesome. I fucking love this because I'm like, just get the boys to get back together. Like, people are like, oh, man, what are you doing? Just hanging out with your college buddies. I'm like, I'm still mates with the dudes from high school. I just had my birthday on the weekend. It's got shit-faced with the same dudes I've been getting shit-faced with for fucking 25 years now. I'm just old. Like, yeah, that's fine. But at the same time, like, it's just still cool. And if you had just, like, ran a business or, like, you know, hung out with them all the fucking time, you'd be kind of like, yeah, I can understand why MIKAL Bridges would go. But really, you saw it in that Knicks playoff run where they're just like, we've got no dudes left. And they still had Jalen Brunson, Adonte DiVincenzo, and of course, your man Josh Hart. And it didn't matter that they were missing dudes. They're just like, we're fucking just best mates. And we like playing basketball together. And they were still fucking good. You had MIKAL Bridges to that. Away we go. I kind of love it. And then the other thing that dropped then today for the Knicks was that they signed OG Anunoby. That's right. After the MIKAL Bridges trade, it's like, are they going to be able to afford OG? Turns out, yes. 5 years, $212.5 million. Bloody hell. Not bad. For a bloke who had no fucking knee when he got drafted, that's awesome. What a legend on your OG. Nick Claxton, the Nets also, they went, all right, cool, now we can pay Nick Claxton. Great. 4 years, $100 million. That's awesome money for a bloke who can run and dunk. So just imagine that, Gerald. Like, what do? Oh, I run, I dunk, and I play a bit of defense and block some shots. You're like, here's $100 million. You're like, fucking nice. Anyway, so that's kind of cool. So that's what happened sort of in the lead up to the draft. Then we had a trade. We had Portland and Washington do a bit of a trade for Denny Avdija. Yeah! Love a bit of Denny. He goes to Portland in exchange for Malcolm Brogdon, pick 14, and a 2029 first rounder. When I saw all that, I'm like, a 29 first? What the fuck? And then you're like, oh, wait, no. It's like the worst pick out of Portland's, the Celtics, or the Bucks picks. And you're like, yeah, it seems fair. That sounds like it's probably going to be shit. So, and a second. So, Denny Avdija to Portland. And then the way that Portland drafted, you're like, I don't mind this. Building like a bit of a defensive sort of vibe, as well as all their shooters. It's okay. Anyway, so the KD to the Rockets rumors, that was kind of fun for a second. Then they kind of put the kibosh on it. Where the Villanova Knicks, radical. Brooklyn finally get to build around Ben Simmons. Which is all. I love it. I get to spend this entire offseason going, Ben Simmons is back. It's going to be the worst team in the fucking NBA. And he's going to be like, this is great. No one cares. Look at me shine. My back hurts. Off he goes. But the Rockets, the Nets trade, that was fascinating, sort of trading back one of the picks that the swaps and the pick that they got in the Harden trade in exchange for one of those other picks from the Suns, etc. Very fun, very cool. Now Brooklyn are kind of like, fuck it, we're completely rebuilding. Houston's like, we've got a couple of extra picks. This is pretty cool. We've already got a bunch of young dudes, so we're now going big game hunting. And then we get to today's draft. First thing, fuck all of yous. What the fuck was that? How does nobody take our man Johnny Froths Furphy? This is absolute dog shit on behalf of the NBA. You're breaking my heart. We've got 87 fucking French dudes going in the first round and not one Aussie. That's fucked beyond belief. Blow it out your ass. To the point where it got to the end of the first round, I'm like, this just seems personal. It almost seems like I was literally sitting there on the live stream for 3.5 fucking hours waiting for him to get goddamn drafted. I had a tin next to me ready to be cracked as soon as he was drafted. Now I understand my mistake. As soon as I had have cracked that tin, he would have been drafted. Is this just an excuse for me going, Jim, you should have started drinking at 10 a.m.? Prove that it's not. I should have. I should have just gone, fuck it, 10 a.m. And he would have been drafted number 1. We would have been off and running. I take full responsibility for Johnny Furphy not being drafted. Anyway, so that's fucked. Seriously, like Boston not taking him at 30 is fucked. A bunch of other things are fucked. But remember, cast your minds back to, I think we did some of the awards on Wednesday's show, the most likely to fuck up a pick. I nailed this, Gerald. I fucking nailed it. Most likely to fuck up a pick. Detroit, fucked it. Charlotte, fucked it. Hashtag spoiler alert for winners and losers. Least happy with their pick. It was always going to be Atlanta. They're like, we're number one. We're taking number one. We got Reza Shea. Yeah. They cut to their draft room. They're all fucking fist pumping. You're like, I can tell when you're faking it. I am a disappointing enough lover that I can tell when you're faking it. That was a good one. Even Gerald laughed at that one. So they were just like, yeah, we got our guy. It's like, you took you're number one. Of course you got your guy. No one can jump you in the draft. You have quite literally the pick of the fucking board, you idiots. They're like, yeah, we got him. It's like, you were always gonna get him. What are you talking about? You're insane, Atlanta. They're fucked in the head. It was hilarious. You got Kyle Korver and Landry Fields, some shit kickers as well, just like, yeah, we're the Hawks. Like, your team's shit. It's always been shit. And you got a fucking 19-year-old French kid. We don't know if he can dribble. Like, that's awesome. Great job, everybody. Yeah. Again, spoiler alert for winners and losers. But yeah, least happy with their pick. That was it. Somehow get the two best players. My pick for that was San Antonio. For a minute there, they did. Then it turns out they traded pick number 8 to Minnesota. We'll get to that in winners and losers. But the rest of my predictions, who goes number 1? I did have Reza Shea. That was cool. Because I basically was just like, look, if Atlanta keep it, I'd just fucking trade it. I'd be like, I don't want him. Like, he's probably fine, but he might be shit. Fuck it, I'm out. It's like we just got, French Denny Avdija. Cool. They needed wing depth. They take Frenchie. Happy days, right? My top 5 prediction was Reza Shea, Alex Sarr, then it was Shepherd, then it was fucking Stephen Castle. So I nailed the first 4 picks. That was awesome. 5, I connect going to Detroit. Detroit went, fuck you, Jim. Check out this horrible pick. And I'm like, you idiots. That's not on me. That's for you for being shit. Where does Aussie Johnny Froths Furphy go? I had him at Orlando at 18. Orlando screwed the pooch and took a horrible fucking player, sucked in dickheads. And should another team make the Lakers trade up to get Bronny James, that video is dropping later today. Best names in the draft still flying. So without further ado, let's go through round 1 of the 2024 NBA draft. Take it away, Adam Silver. The 2024 NBA draft now begins. The Atlanta Hawks are on the clock. Oh my God, I'm so excited. All right, so Atlanta take Reza Shea. Cool. Look, a big wing that can play defense, ideally, that's what you want. You're feeling good about this. It's a 6'8", 6'9" French kid who can play a bit of defense. Happy days. Number 1, can he shoot? Don't know. Can he dribble? We don't know. What does he do? Great. We don't know. Shit draft. You take a bit of a swing. Reza Shea might be kind of it. Sure. Number 2, our man Washington, Alex Sarr. Happy days there. He was in tears. The NBL's media department are just like, we're also in tears because we're just so happy that Alex Sarr got drafted too. They get massive shout outs to the Perth Wildcats. It's awesome. The weirdest part was they're like, oh yeah, he's had an incredible journey. He was born overseas, played there, came to America for a little bit, and then went to Australia. And now he's here. It's like, that's not that complicated. What are we doing? You say, oh, it's fucking weird. Is it? What's weirder is like the kids who like grow up in the Congo and shit. And it's like fucking play soccer until they're 16 and then get playing some fucking weird Florida like high school and then get drafted without playing college. Or they go to college for a year. It's like, what the fuck is college? Barely play and then get drafted. That's much stranger. Like, what are we doing? Anyway, Alex Sarr goes 2. Number 3, Reed Shepherd. I was all in on Reed Shepherd until he came out looking like a LinkedIn lawyer. I hated that tie. I hated his haircut. And I'm like, I'm not drafting him based on that entire just fucking vibe. Shit haircut. It's like you've made NIL money. Your mum's got a cooler haircut than you. What the fuck is going on here? I'm not taking you 3. I can't trust a man at 3 whose mum has a better haircut than him. It's like, oh, but he can dunk. He's got a fucking vertical of 42 inches. I'm like, that's cool. Don't give a shit. His haircut's fucked. I said on the live stream, the only way that he could fix this is he gets a Dusty Martin fucking mohawk, comes out with 2 lots of Dane Swan tats at the start of this season. Then I'm on board with Reed Shepherd. Like, until then, fuck off, nerd. Like, he literally, like, every draft card they put out, it's like, number 3 pick, Reed Shepherd. It's like he's fucking, like, updated his LinkedIn profile. It's like, oh, really excited to announce that I've taken on a brand new exciting role at fucking some bullshit firm with a pack of dickheads. You're like, yeah, great job, fuckhead. Blow it out your ass, Reed Shepherd. He's like, I love it. Everyone's like, oh, he's like the same size as Steph Curry. He's 6'1" in fucking shoes. Bullshit, he's Steph Curry size. But he can shoot the piss out of it. 52% from 3 is fucking absurd. So good on him. It's a great fit for Houston. I'll get to that later. 4, Stephen Castle. Love Stefan Castle. Not entirely convinced about wearing a chain that has a castle on it. I'm all about castles. Love that. That's kind of cool. Good on you, Stefan Castle. It's fucking weird though. It's like if I came out with if I rocked out with a massive gold chain with like a picture of my own face on it, it's like, yeah. Or I'm quite literally wearing a loser t-shirt right now. That's what could be on my chain. Stefan Castle, James Clements, loser. Yeah. Checks out. Or just I came out with a massive dick on a chain. It's like, yeah, James Clements, I've got a massive dick, remember? Yeah. Nah, it'd be tiny. It'd be funny. Anyway, Stefan Castle comes out number 4. Good job. 5. We're at 5, Gerald, and I'm fucking flying. 5, Ron Holland. What are you doing, Detroit? You're off your fucking head. Ron Holland at 5. They understand they can trade back, right? What are we doing here? Ron Holland at 5. Charlotte. Take the 3rd Frenchman to go in the top 6. Can you believe this shit? Absolute chaos at 6 as Charlotte take Tijan Salon. I'm not convinced about that one either. We'll get to this in the winners and losers. Good job, Charlotte, I guess. They did trade PJ Hamilton Washington, right, to Dallas. And they're like, oh, well, we needed a replacement. Did you need this guy, though? 7. That's how you count. 7, Donovan Clingan to Portland. We had PDX Pete, who's now just fucking talked his way onto the show. I bet him that, yeah, he could come on the show if Johnny Froths didn't actually fucking make it in the first round. PDX Pete wins. He also got Donovan Clingan, which is interesting. Look, at the time, you're like, sure, you've got DeAndre Ayton, you've got Time Lord Robert Williams, you've got our man, the Grim Reaper, the Great Barrier Reef. They go Donovan Clingan. Best defensive center in the fucking NBA, in the draft. Cool. People are like, oh, geez, I don't know about that. I mean, what's their entire plan? I'm like, I don't know. To piss off DeAndre Ayton, who's shit? Probably. It's not a bad idea. Anyway, that's where he goes. 7. 8. Rod Dillingham. San Antonio select him. 4. The Minnesota Timberwolves, because they pull off a fucking crazy trade for the number 8 pick, where the Spurs get their unprotected 2031 first rounder. If you can get a Minnesota unprotected pick 7 years in the future, I'm fucking taking it. There's a lot of breakdowns of, oh, geez, I don't know about this. Oh, Rob Dillingham. I'm like, fuck that. Give me a future Minnesota first unprotected. Love it. Remember when Golden State did that? And they got the number 2 pick for James Wiseman? Holy shit. Just saying, they fucked that pick, but by the same token, anytime you get an unprotected pick from Minnesota, never underestimate Minnesota's chance to shit down their pants like and absolutely stink for a year out of nowhere. Good job. So Minnesota, they get Rob Dillingham, and the vibes from that, kind of love it for the Wolves. Kind of talk about it later in this with the Spurs as well, but still we'll get there. 9, Memphis take Zach Edey. He's a weird-looking cat, I'll tell you. Number 10, Utah get Cody Williams. Again, I still find it weird that he's got the same haircut as his brother. You know you can get different haircuts. Like, you're not the same. You're not twins. You're not the same person. It's fucking weird. Stop being weird. That's weird. It's like, oh, but look at our hair. It's like, yeah, you're the same fucking haircut. Don't do that. Like, if any of my brothers got the same haircut as me, I'm like, what are you doing, dickhead? It's my haircut. Oh, Jim, we just want to be like you. I understand that, but still, fuck off. 11, Chicago. Get the Chicago kid, who then proceeds to cry everywhere. But weirdly, his little brother makes a fucking mess of himself. There's just fucking tears everywhere. And I don't know if that was his sister or his missus, but could have had more camera time. Just saying. Nothing sus, but weird. Bazalis loved it. He's a fucking weird looking dude. He was in tears. The little brother was a fucking mess. I love it. Their parents are like Lithuanian professional basketballers who moved to Chicago. It's like, we fucking love Michael Jordan. So it's like, off they go. I don't know what that accent was, but we got there. 11, Chicago Bulls Ellis. Nikola Topic goes to OKC at 12. He's the weirdest talking dude in the world. He's got the wildest voice. I love it. 13, Sacramento. In a late comer to the most likely to fuck up their pick. I love Devin Carter. I hate him on Sacramento. But at the same time, we've just sort of seen with Boston, with Jrue Holiday and Derek White, you can play sort of two guards as long as the defensive vibes are cool. And to be honest, he might work next to Fox. So anyway, I'll talk about that later. 14, the Wizards. This is from the Portland trade. They get Bub Carrington. Best hair in the draft. Bar none. Coming straight after Devin Carter, who had the shittest hair in the draft. Oh, God. I was so high on Devin Carter. Then I saw his haircut. I'm like, oh, I might be out. Oh, geez, I don't know about that one. Bub Carrington, best hair. Worst hair, Reed Shepherd. Fucking Lego, man. Jesus Christ. Miami take Keel Ware. Felt like a bit of a reach at the time. It was also weird because it's like he's genuinely tall. I feel like Miami are like, nah, if he's over 6'10", we don't want him. I reckon Pat Riley just had a bit of a snooze and Alonzo Mourning's like, we're fucking drafting this guy. As soon as he goes to sleep, we're drafting the big dude. We need someone who's fucking tall on our team. Don't mind that. 16, Philly. Take Jared McCain. So you might notice that Connect keeps falling. He goes to the Lakers at 17. McCain in Philly. Love McCain. Love him, love him, love him, love him. Don't know about it for Philly. 17, the Lakers get Dalton Connect. Oh, he's just too old, man. He's 23. Didn't we just fucking learn? Don't we learn year on year on year on year? It doesn't. If the dude can fucking play, it doesn't matter if he's 21, 23. He can come into the NBA, be ready to fucking go. The Lakers fucked this last year by taking Jordan Hood-Schifino project when they could have taken Jaime Jaquez Jr. This year, they're like, oh, we're not fucking that one again. We'll take the old guy. He can play. Go. 18, Orlando. What are you doing? What are you fucking doing, mate? You're not going to talk to the cops now, are you, mate? 18, you have a moment where you can go Johnny Furphy, Joe Ingles, Spider-Man meme, AMP ad, IMU in 20 years' time. Furfs could have fucking learned from the master, Luke and Obi-Wan, as I've said time and time again. They take fucking Tristan Da Silva, old ass. Oh, he speaks 5 languages, but he can't fucking dribble. What are we doing? He's a bit shit. They took a tall dude who's 23, who can do a little bit of everything, but none of it good. Great job. Great selection. Fuck off, Orlando. I'm out. 19, Toronto took Jacoby Walter. Did you know that his parents named him after 2 of the greatest basketball players of all time, Jordan and Kobe? I'm like, Michael Jordan isn't spelled Michael Jardon, Jacoby, J-A Kobe. Shouldn't it be Jacoby? J-O Kobe? What do you do? Or Jaw Kobe. Just call him Jaw Kobe. It's already a fucking weird name. Jaw Kobe. Just let's go. But Jacoby, you're like, all right, that's not how you spell Michael Jordan, you fucking idiots. People are morons. Anyway, good job, Toronto. Cleveland. Take my favorite one because it was like a dyslexic trying to read Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. Jalen Tyson. Just awesome. Cleveland fucking screwed the pooch there as well. It's fine. He's a hooper. He's 21 and a half. He's 6'5". Can he shoot? I don't know. It's weird. Anyway, 21, New Orleans. I actually love this one. Eve Missy from Baylor. They got a tall dude. They needed a tall dude. 22, this was another trade. Phoenix trade back with Denver. I love this. They got a first and then a bunch of seconds, which is exactly what Phoenix need. We'll talk about that again. But Denver take Darren Holmes. I love it as Dayron, and it's like Darren. Just settle down there, Darren. Milwaukee. Now they just start picking dudes out of the fucking bleachers. AJ Johnson from the Illawarra Hawks. He's like, I got fucking picked. Everybody in Australia's like, he got fucking picked. Holy, by the Bucks in the first round in this economy in 2024? What the fuck is going on? Even he's like, I don't fucking know, man. That's cool as. So the Bucks, a team that is ostensibly contending for the NBA title, 3-4 years after they last won it, take a not very good NBL player. Whereas Johnny Furphy is like, what the fuck do I have to do? Like, come on, man. AJ Johnson was as surprised as everybody. He's like, this is fucking great. I get to hug Adam Silver. He's like, come here, AJ. Anyway, Washington. This is a trade from New York. They get Keyshawn George. Kind of nice. New York then take Pacomi Dadier. I love that. Dadiet. Dadier. It's, as I said on the live stream, it's what the baby squid says when I come home. Dadier! That's it. Nice. OKC then trade with New York as well. They get Dylan Jones. This is just, we hate Australia territories from OK. Dylan Jones is like fucking outside of everyone's like first round grades, outside their boards. They're just like, who the fuck are we picking here? To the point where he's like, why? Why did you need? You could have gotten him in the second round. Like, what are you doing? You've got 87 million first rounders. This guy? And you trade with the Knicks to get it? Right, whatever. Terrence Shannon goes to Minnesota at 27 rather. 28 is Phoenix picking from Denver. They get Ryan Dunn. Kind of like that for Phoenix, as long as they also got all those picks. And then Boxhead, Isaiah Collier, you got these big fucking bonds on him. He goes to Utah, and then Boston take fucking Baylor Scheiman instead of the Great White Hope, Johnny Furphy. Talk about a missed opportunity for Boston. You know how much they would have loved? Dude, you see this Johnny Furphy kid? He's a fucking hooper, dude. Like, they would have fucking loved Johnny Furphy. Instead, they take Baylor Scheiman. Great job, everybody. All right, so that's the top 30. That's the first 30 picks in the NBA draft. We do it all again tomorrow for the second round at 6 a.m. So we did a live stream today. We will do a live stream again tomorrow at 6 a.m. for the second round, and then we'll do another show tomorrow to break it all down, because your mate Jim, I'm just a hard worker. It's just what it's all about. So should we take a very quick break so I can actually give my voice a hint of a rest, and then we'll come back and do some winners and losers right after this.
This is Cam Glidden.
This is Anthony Drimmick.
This is Mitch McCarron.
This is Jason Kadee.
This is Daryl McDonald.
Hey guys, this is Hugh Greenwood.
Yo, what's going on? This is Illy.
This is Mark Worthington, or commonly known as Wertho, and you're listening to NBA Straya.
You're listening to NBA Straya.
And you're listening to NBA Straya.
And you're listening to NBA
And you're listening to NBA Straya.
And you're listening to NBA Straya.
And you're listening to NBA Straya.
You're listening to NBA Straya.
All right, let's do it. Let's do some first round winners and losers from this draft. It was fun. It was really, like, in terms of his shit draft. So I think the first winner is us, because that was really entertaining. I think having it over 2 days is fucking awesome, because you can just have, like, you get to 30, you go, and now we're done. Now we can all fucking take a breath. We can reflect. We can react. We can yell, we can stomp, we can cry, especially if you're a Bezelis. That's a tough one. Like, that's a tough comeback for that fucking little brother. It's like, remember when you cried when I got drafted? Like a fucking baby in front of the world, you giant dork. Anyway, but I really enjoyed it for the simple fact that it didn't feel as rushed as usual, where you've got the second round still fucking on and on and on and on. Because it also gives us now a break to set up for the second round. It gives teams to sort of talk some shit out. It's going to be fun. So I really liked it. And to be honest, like, we probably could have done with maybe 2 more trades, but it was kind of just enough trades where you're like, oh yeah, cool. I get it. Happy days, and some sort of dumb fuck picks were there. So for a draft without like some real headline, big banner names, like nascent superstar shit, this was really fun. So I enjoyed it a lot. So we're all winners. Number 2, the players. Before, like, I've talked a lot of shit about all these players, whatever, but to be fucking drafted in the NBA is sick. So you're all winners. That's awesome. And it's just a massive kick in the dick that Furphs didn't. Like, that's fucking horrible. But anyway, great job, everybody. I'm proud of you. Even if you fucking shit down the line, doesn't matter now because you got drafted in the NBA. Right. Minnesota. Are they winners? Maybe. I think they are. Because they were kind of like, how good were we this year? So, we were very good. We made the Western Conference Finals for the first time in 20 years. And you're like, that's good. Then you got waxed by Dallas, who then in turn got waxed by Boston. So how good are you? And they're like, fuck, actually, we don't know. But when that trade came across the ticker where it's like, wait, they've traded for number 8, and you're just like, wait, for what? How did they do that? And then eventually it comes out a 2031 unprotected Minnesota pick. You're like, I can see why the Spurs did that. Because, like, you get Dillingham if you're the Spurs. You got Dillingham and Castle. And for that first minute when they had Dillingham and Castle, I'm like, cool, you've got a fucking backcourt of the future around Wemby. Done. Sorted. Settled. And it's like, wait, they've traded Dillingham to Minnesota? Sure. All right, so heir apparent, I guess, to Mike Conley next to Ant-Man with Cat, with Gobert. This is one of the very few chances, I guess, you're going to be able to add really good, cheap talent to your team if you're Minnesota. You think you're going to be sort of, at the pointy end for a little bit. You've got Ant-Man, ascending superstar. This is also a roll of the dice for the Spurs because they just go, fuck it. Anyway, we'll get to them in a second. But Minnesota, they get Dillingham at 8. It's just fun. It gives them another scorer, which is exactly what they sort of needed at times. I still think they needed fucking shooting on the wings. They get a sort of short point guard dude, but he is a bucket getter. He can do a little bit of something. And I mean, like, they sort of just needed that 6-man point guard basically behind Conley and shit like that to go, all right, boys, let's go. And it's not quite Nicky Alexander-Walker, who's very good defensively. Monty Morris, not that dude. Rob Dillingham, you are now. So strap in, I guess. It's kind of cool, kind of fun. And you know what we need more of? Cool, fun shit. Houston, winner in a vacuum. Because as I said, they just drafted a fucking LinkedIn lawyer. And I'm really excited to announce my move into this really exciting new corporate head of. Fuck off, nerd. But at the same time, they got a shooter. That's what they need. He's the best shooter in the draft. As I said, 52% from 3 is not fucking round. Like, he's not here to fuck spiders. He's here to shoot threes. That's awesome. But will Ime Udoka play? Ime Udoka famously kind of just like fucking hates rookies. Jock Landale took him fucking like 8 months to come off the fucking bench. And then when they did, he was awesome. So I don't know, but I don't know if Ime Udoka is going to let Shepherd off the train, but you're the number 3 pick. You're going to get some run. And he sort of is a bit of a cure to what ails him, right? Like between around Şengün, Jabari Smith, Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks, Fred VanVleet. It's like you just sort of like got Fred VanVleet from Wish, but with a better 3-point shot. So cool. Happy days. I don't mind that for Houston. You get a shooter. You needed shooting. Spurs, winners. Castle and Dillingham would have been fun. That's cool. I love the Castle pick anyway. He's a fucking weapon. He's the sort of dude you want to put around Wemby. Awesome, lengthy, disruptive perimeter defender. Hopefully the shooting comes along, but still. Kicking the can down the road on this 8 pick, right? Number 8 in a shit draft. Oh no, it was Rob Dillingham. Who fucking knows if Rob Dillingham's going to be that good? It felt like he could have been good next to Stephon Castle with Victor Wembanyama, but at the same time, I don't really mind kicking that can down the road because you're like, how do we add talent around Wemby in 2031 when he could be the best player in the NBA by like a million? Like if you don't rate the number 8 pick in this draft as a long-term awesome player around Wemby, you can have another crack at some other point with an unprotected Minnesota pick, which has proven to be a pretty fucking good bet over the history of the NBA because they're a shit franchise. They've been a shit franchise for a long fucking time. They haven't made a Western Conference Finals in 20 fucking years, right? So anytime you can bet on Minnesota being shit, why the fuck not? they also have the 2030 swap as well. It's like, that's fucking cool. Like if Ant-Man in 4 years' time, 4 years, that's not even 7. 4 years' time, Ant-Man goes, I am fucking sick of this joint. You suck, fuck you, you're cool, Rob Dillingham, but peace, I'm out. Like, that could happen. It's Ant-Man. He could be the biggest fucking superstar in the league, the biggest American-born superstar in the league in 2 years' time. And in 4 years, if they've not won shit, he could just like, fucking peace, I'm out. Get me to LA. Get me to fucking somewhere. I don't care. I'm going to Miami. Minnesota be like, oh, fuck. Rudy Gobert's 200 years old. Karl Anthony Towns is still Karl Anthony Towns. We've got Rob Dillingham. You could end up with a first pick in 2031 to put next to like the fucking Hakeem Olajuwon mixed with Michael Jordan mixed with fucking Kareem. Like, awesome. I don't mind it for the Spurs. Off you go. It comes down to the value proposition, right? If number 8 this year was rated by you as less valuable than 2031 pick that revolves around Cat and Ant-Man being there in 2031, then sure thing. Like they've got Atlanta picks as well, San Antonio, so they can keep adding fucking talent. Like the rebuild doesn't have to happen in one shit draft. You can keep adding talent to around Wemby. The problem is, I guess, is that Wemby's good enough to make you good right now. Did you kick the can a little bit too far down the road? I don't know. I don't know if Rob Dillingham is the difference, though. So I'll take it. Good job, Spurs. Portland. But, Jim, they've already got centers. I don't care. What did you win with DeAndre Ayton? Fucking nothing. Trade him. Who gives a shit? Robert Williams, same vibe. He's got a fuck knee. Go get Klingon. Off you go. You've got your fucking defensive-minded center for the future who's not going to demand touches and be a pain in the ass like Ayton is. Cool. Oh, now I can be dominating. Shut up, nerd. Like Klingon weapon, fine. Sort of gives you like a handy backline. Aussie Matty T. Keep Duop. Away you go. Party hard, Portland. Basically, you can move off Ayton and not give a shit. You get Danny Avdija as well. I like Danny. He's also on one of the best contracts in the NBA. It's like a 4-year, $55 million contract. But in year 4, it pays him $11 million. That's basically that'll be like less than the mid-level exception then. That's fucking chaos, man. He's good. Anyway, good job, Portland. Utah, Cody Williams. Yes, you've got the same haircut as your brother, but you are still very good at basketball. I like rolling the dice on that one because he's kind of like a bit of a wild card, baby. Like kind of let's go. But getting him at 10, I love that. I just enjoyed that for Utah. Kind of wish they had a point guard. But, we've got Colin Sexton. We've got Keontae George. And now you got Cody Williams. So you got an extra kind of fun wing. So that's cool. Chicago, I didn't mind. Like, with all the crying, whatever. Bezelis, he's from Chicago. Chicago kid, plays in Chicago. Gives Josh Giddey another weapon. Hopefully he can shoot. Miami, getting a big dude at Kiel Ware at 15. They're like, he's got a lack of intensity in these workouts. You know what's going to be intense? Playing in fucking Miami. They're going to be like, I think we might need you to up that intensity a little bit. He's like, I don't know about that. They're like, Alonzo Mourning's going to fucking kill you if you don't do. He's like, all right, I'm paying attention. They turned fucking, who was that giant spud? What was his name? Oh, God. I can't believe I'm blanking. This is going to be a fun podcast moment where we go to Miami 2018. Let's do it. Roster. He goes to Portland as well. Oh, yes, mate. This is just the good stuff. We've got Hassan Whiteside. Nailed it. They turn Hassan Whiteside into a $100 million player, the Miami Heat. If you've got a lack of intensity, I think they'll beat it the fuck out of you. So I love that pick for them. They've actually got a genuine big dude they can maybe have around Bam because apparently he can shoot a little bit. So love that. Good job. Phoenix turned 1 pick into 4 picks. That's good for a team that has no players outside of Kevin Durant, Brad Beal, and Devin Booker. They just need cheap contracts because they're already capped into oblivion. So they move back from 22 to 28 and they get 3 second rounders. And they got Ryan Dunn. That's awesome. Great draft haul. Good win for Phoenix. Enjoyed it. Lakers, Connect falls to them. Ready-made player. He's a good fit. Apparently JJ Redick already loves him. No shit. He's white. Ho, watch out. Is he? Actually, no. He might not be white. Scratch that. You have to decide for yourself. Especially JJ Redick for all the accusations flying at him randomly from Twitter the other day. Now, how's it feel, I guess? Lakers, though, look, they get Dalton Connect, kind of like an interesting, perfect 23-year-old fit. Throw him into the Lakers, off he goes. New York City Knickerbockers of New York City. They are winners, always making moves. I love how they set themselves up around their existing dudes and they just go, we'll have some picks now. We'll have some picks later. We've got a fuck ton of second-round picks where when we get fucked by the cap, we've got some dudes that we can take, stash them where we need to. Don't have to pay them that much. Doesn't count against the cap. Away we go. That's what you got to do as well when you don't have your picks for like the next fucking 27 years because they gave them all to Brooklyn for MIKAL Bridges. Like, good job. I love what the Knicks did. They're like, we'll take a couple of dudes that we like. We'll sort of shit this out and we'll be fine. Great. They've paid OG and OB. They've got like all their dudes. Kind of like it. The NBL, they're winners. Saar, AJ Johnson, very cool. Absolutely massive congrats to Liam and all the dudes there with the NBL. They've done a great job. That's some good marketing. And that's basically, I reckon, most of our winners from the first round. Outside of that, there's like maybe New Orleans because they get a little bit of size and Eve Missy, but I don't know. Let's do some losers, though. That's more fun. Losers. Hey, every country except for France. Top 3. Oh, sorry. It's 3 in the top 6. You're taking the piss, mate. Or as the French would like to say, lee piss. That is massive. Australia. We didn't even get one. What the fuck, man? Johnny Furphy's out there. France is like, we've got, fuck you, Australia. We have like 4 picks in the top first round and stuff, right? Because of Dadier. He's like a point guard. We're basically having our entire fucking national team drafted. You're like, all right, yeah, settle down, Frenchie. And every country outside of that is like, God damn, what are they doing in France, man? My other thing is, why the fuck are they all so skinny? Isn't that the thing with like the French ladies? Oh, it's that French lady diet. Every chick is just like, oh yeah, just all the French ladies, they're the best looking. Like they're all fucking eating what they want. They're all still skinny. What's up with that? Same thing's happening with their fucking basketball playing dudes. To be honest, they should just go have some American cheeseburgers and fucking bulk up or they're going to get smashed. Anyway, other losers, obviously Atlanta. Yeah, we did it. We did it. We picked our guy at number 1, you fucking morons. Oh my God. Landry Fields, Kyle Korver. What is the funniest part of the draft might have been them losing it. Yeah, we got Reza Shea. If you told me in 4 years he didn't get a second contract and he's like out of the NBA, you're like, yeah, I'm a bit surprised, but I'm not that surprised. Anthony Bennett, anybody? You know, that kind of vibe. He's a connector. He's an additional piece to what you have. I get it. It's fine. He'll probably be fine. He's okay across the board. I'm just more worried that he's like Jan Vesely and you're like, oh yeah, that's fucked. His girlfriend's smoking hot, but he can't play basketball for shit. He'll be right though, I reckon. It's as long as like Atlanta and Quinn Snyder are sort of on the board, figuring their shit out. Washington. Anytime you can take heaps of bites of the cherry in a shit draft, you got to do it. This is the most Washington thing in the world as well. It's like, oh, hey, remember last year when there was a pretty decent draft and we didn't tank because we're idiots? Let's tank this year. It's like, guys, it's a shit draft. They're like, we don't care. We're fucking in. It's like, oh, God. Alex Saar, don't mind it. I'm probably a little bit higher on him than probably some of the US experts because I watched a shit ton of the Perth Wildcats over here. They take Bub Carrington, awesome hair, love that, and then Keyshawn George. It does feel like that's not a bad haul, but it is just still the funniest fucking thing in the world that the Wizards like, this is the year we're tanking. You're like, oh, God. Also, though, they are so bereft of talent no matter what. They can still tank next year. Oh, no. Are Jordan Poole and Kyle Kuzma, along with Alex Saar, Bub Carrington, and Keyshawn George going to win too many games? No fucking chance. I'm still taking, like, I haven't even seen the over-unders for next year, but I'd still take Washington's under. And they trading Denny to Portland as well. Like, sure, you got more picks. Great job. Detroit losers. I like Ron Holland. I don't know if I like him next to another dude who can't shoot already on the wing in Orsar Thompson. We got a cool new shooting coach. Okay, great. But you realize you can trade back in a draft, right? Like You don't have to take Ron Holland at 5. I'm pretty sure he would have been there at 7 if Portland wanted to trade up and get Klingon. Anyway, same thing goes for Sacramento. I love Devin Carter. I don't know if I like him on Sacramento. Also, Charlotte. I like Salon. I don't know if I like him at 6. You realize you can trade back as well, Charlotte, right? Like, he could have gone fucking 13 and no one would have blinked. Like, do you think OKC is going to jump up ahead of you and get Salon? Let them do it. Oh, no, you missed out on Salon. I just don't know about his fit either. Anyway, I wouldn't have minded Devin Carter, basically. Actually, the more I thought about that too, Devin Carter at 6 to Charlotte to go next to LaMelo and Brandon Miller just as a fucking playmaking, defense, awesome point guard. It can do a little bit of everything. Didn't mind it. Anyway, Orlando. Should have taken Froths. What are you doing? Should have gone Froths. Whenever you have a chance to get Froths, Gerald, take Froths. I'm always, you know me, I'm about Froths. Oh, really, Jim? In a surprise twist. Do you like beer? But De Silva, like, oy, he's very Froths, bang. Memphis, they get Zach Edey. That's fine. I also a little bit confused as why they didn't go, why don't we just go get Klingon? Like, they've got a bunch of young dudes floating around that you could probably throw that into a quick swap with Detroit, with Charlotte, whatever. Go jump ahead of Portland, get Klingon instead of Edey. Edey, he's got an interesting skill set. We all know that. He's also 7 foot fucking 1 million. He can score a bit. How's his pace going to go on that Grizzlies team? I don't know. How's he going to work with Jar? I don't know. But he could set some big fucking monster screens. That might work, but it's going to be an interesting one. Sixers, as I mentioned, I love Jared McCain. I think he's fucking awesome. Thing is, you've already got Jared McCain at home. Tyrese Maxey. Actually, rather, yeah, McCain feels like we've got Tyrese Maxey at home, and McCain's like, hello. And you're like, oh, are you Tyrese Maxey? Fuck. The problem is, you've got 2 Tyrese Maxeys and nothing else. What the fuck, Sixers? Like, McCain is great. He's fun. But now you've kind of relegated a dude who could be Tyrese Maxey 2.0 to the role of Tyrese Maxey coming off the bench behind Tyrese Maxey, which doesn't feel like the best use of your talents here. Still, it's okay. You've got Tobias Harris, who you could just bring back, which would be the funniest shit in the world. But, I mean, if you get Paul George, yeah, why would you take Dalton Connect there, I guess? So, fuck it, whatever. The rest of, like, I talked about this on the live stream. Daryl Morey. Is there anybody who's had more smoke blown up their ass for doing absolutely fucking sweet dick all over their entire basketball career? Like, those Houston teams were built, oh, look, we made a couple of Western Conference finals. Yeah, and got your head kicked in. Like, what are you doing? This Sixers team, just look at it. As I sort of explained on the live stream, it's Maxey, Embiid, and the rest of the team is fucked. It's like Kelly Oubre, gross, yuck. Kyle Lowry, he's older than the fucking sun. What are we doing? And then the rest of it's Tobias Harris. Oh, great. So they better get fucking Paul George or they're cooked, mate. Even with Paul George, they might be cooked. Finally, OKC, blow it out your ass. Go get an Australian, you fucking idiots. Yeah, Josh Giddey, you stole my beloved team, the Seattle Supersonics. Fuck you, OKC. What the fuck was that? Dylan Jones and Nikola Topic, hello. I can't even go deep enough. Nikola Topic, hello. Nah, now I'm just kind of putting on. Either way, his voice is fucking weird. And does Sam Presti realize that his team was really good this year? Like, what the fuck? We needed more perimeter scoring and rebounding. Dylan Jones and Topic, it's like, they don't help right now, basically. Like, maybe in the future, perhaps. It's a lot of talent that they've sort of accumulated, but when will these dudes play? You've already got a fuck ton of talent. And it didn't feel like they used these picks correctly. It was weird. It's fucked. What are you doing? OKC, prove me wrong. They will, because they're much smarter than I am. But again, that's not very hard. All right, let's quickly do some yeah-nahs that came out of this. Yeah-nah. The 2-day thing sucks, Jim. People get left behind in the green room like Froths. Yeah, nah, don't care. Look, all due respect to Johnny Furphy, you get invited to the green room. You feel like you've got promises. You feel like you're going to go top 20. You feel like even in the 20s, you should still go. sometimes shit happens. There was a couple of other folks who got left behind in the green room as well. I fucking love the 2-day draft because it gives us time to sort of think everything through from the first round, because everything just turns into a bit of a mishmash from 20 onwards when you have 2 rounds. But 20 to 30 now, we've got like a little bit of time to figure out what the fuck's going on. I love Froths. The awesome drama, though, sets us up for this very good question from Dan Drosher. Yeah, nah, Johnny tins to the Raps at 31. Yeah, nah, dunno. But that's the cool part, because what does the second day give you time to do? Trade. This is the best part. It's fucking awesome. Toronto are in the catbird seat. They're just like, this is, holy shit. What can we get for pick 31? Whoa, start naming your price. Like, this is the Price is Right. Where's Drew Carey? Wait, no, which is that one here fucking host? I can't remember. I don't know. Larry Emger. That works. Point being, like the 31 pick, you've got all these teams going, oh, fuck, there's this dude that we like in the second round. I don't think we can get him at 37. And Toronto's like, well, I'll give you 31. You have to pay for it. You know, this is awesome. You get the pick of the entire second round. You start again, basically. This is awesome. As opposed to fucking scrambling, shit in the big old, fuck, who are we taking at 31 on draft night as everything else is going on? You get to sit back, take a breath, start again. It's awesome. I fucking love the 2-day vibe. I reckon we'll see a bunch of movement tomorrow. It's going to be fun on the bun. Drosher also then adds, or will someone trade up for Filipowski? That's the other thing. Because a couple of folks who miss out, who are probably first round grades, who don't get drafted, every fucking body under the sun is going to be trying to trade up to get them. So it's going to be chaos tomorrow morning. I can't wait. I love the 2-day draft. Anybody who doesn't is a fucking sook and a fucking miser. I love this shit. Why is that, Jim? Just fucking hook all this basketball shit to my veins, though, obviously, you know? So anyway, and Lukey Fragona says, Frenchie's getting drafted left and right over the last few seasons, including 3 top 2 picks, 2 of them at number 1, as well as a solid core of NBA and EuroLeague pros and vets. As far as FIBA is concerned, and after such a rough exit at the last Worlds, are the French back? Yeah, nah, yeah. The French haven't been this back since like the fucking Battle of Water. Wait, no, they lost that one. No, did they? No, they lost that one. I watched Napoleon. It was long. It wasn't that great. They haven't been this back since they were chopping off the heads of kings and queens in the Revolution. There you go. That shit was awesome. They're like, you know what we've got? This fucking thing that's quite literally built to chop heads off. Fucking bang. Look at it. It's fucking sick. We're going to use it on these pricks. Who are they? Oh, it's just the kings and queens and shit. So fucking, I'm on board. That's when the fucking French were back. That and Napoleon like taking over most of Europe. Not a great vibe around that dude, but they owned most of the world. So it was pretty good. But yeah, at the moment now, they're pretty back. So there you go. All right. What else? They even like the guillotine. Like, just what an it's like, what does that do? Just chops the heads off shit. What do you mean by shit? I mean, kings and queens are like the aristocrats, and I'm like, fucking yes, mate. That is so metal. Like, let's fucking go, man. Anyway, yeah, the French are back. All right. I reckon that'll do us for today because we have another show tomorrow where we will wrap up basically all the extraneous extra stuff from today, because there'll be more shit that percolates overnight, our time, and obviously US time, before we head into tomorrow fucking morning at 6 a.m. where we're going to be doing another live stream for the second round until Furphs gets picked. Hopefully it's pick 31 and I can just go back to bed. That'd be great. I'll be sitting there at 6 a.m. with pick number 31 in the draft. Oh, no, it's Mark Tatum who comes in. He's like, we've picked number 31 in the draft. The Toronto Raptors select Johnny Furphy. I'm like, snick, glug, glug, glug. Good night. Back to bed. That'd be fucking awesome. Anyway, so without further ado and without, making you stick around, that was a really fun draft. I enjoyed it. Thanks to everybody who jumped on the live stream today. It was fucking crazy. 3.5 hours of me just talking the entire fucking time. Because at least with some of the games and shit, when we've done live streams like Slovenia, Australia, all the Boomers games over the Olympics, World Cups and stuff, there's quarter breaks, there's halftime breaks. Your mate Jim can fuck off and actually go to the bathroom or go get more booze or coffee. Today it's just fucking bang, 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 bang. Anyway, it's my own dumb fault. Anyway, so we'll be back on deck tomorrow because we'll do the live stream tomorrow morning and then we'll do another wrap-up show tomorrow, Arvo. So in the meantime, make sure you're following NBA Straya on Twitter, Facebook, IG, all the good stuff, TikTok as well. Get around all of our other shows, the AFL Today show, which I'm about to now tape as well. Bloody hell. Working me like a fucking dog. Tell you what. AFL Today show, though, we've got the Thursday Night Team show, which is always good. Check out all the shit that we do for the socials on that as well. Heaps of stuff going out today. Get around NFL Australia with myself and Gaz, the Cricket Today podcast, the Football Today podcast, hold all tickets, all the good stuff right there. Check us a rating review on your Apple Podcast, Google Podcasts. No, that's YouTube now, isn't it? YouTube Music. Spotify, whatever app you use on your Android phone. Rate, review, star, subscribe, or I will fucking fight you. I'm not doing this for shits and giggles, man. I'm doing it for the comments. I'm doing it for the likes. Come on, bro. You wouldn't talk to the cops now, would you, man? Anyway, NBAstraya.com/shop. Get your merch. Go get a hoodie, get a t-shirt. Do that. And also, big thanks, obviously, always goes to From Oslo for the intro and outro song, as well as House Hats, Joshua Dolorentis, Fascinated Goldmines, Ramshackle Iowa, Sexual Green, and Dozers. They're behind all the tunes you hear throughout the show. Smash them all at Bandcamp, Triple J and Earth, Facey, Apple Music, Spotify, however you listen to your tunes, do that. All right, that's it. Nothing else to close out today's show. No skit because I'm fucked. If I tried to do a deli review right now, I might pass out and lose my voice and start coughing up blood. So we will catch you tomorrow for the live stream of the second round of the NBA draft at 6 a.m. Bloody hell, tomorrow morning. I'll just do it from bed. What do you reckon? Just iPad, just fucking OnlyFans gym. There we go. Gross. It's double for foot stuff. Anyway, we'll catch you tomorrow, you dickheads. Live stream at 6 a.m. Show tomorrow, Arvo, as well, to wrap it all up. This is NBA Straya saying, look after yourselves, would ya? And later, Hosanna!